Hello and welcome to Tap That MTG, the show where we tell you everything we know about Magic the Gathering that is sometimes wrong, but super fun to talk about
Very
anyway.
fun.
We have another video for you about a fun deck idea that we have decided to try. Our videos are meant for trying out new things, not necessarily tier 1 decks, and they're ones that we think, well, I guess throughout this video we'll find out whether they work or not. So this week it's Shawna's turn to share a deck with us that she made. And so I'm going to turn it over to her. We'll tell you a little bit about the deck, what's in it, what its mana curve does, what it's meant to do, and then we're going to analyze some gameplay. We have some wins, some losses. We'll talk about why she might have lost, why she might have won, and then at the very end we'll talk about if it needs any tweaks and what those might be. So I hope you can stick with us, and without further ado, Shawna. Tell us all about this cool deck.
Okay. Well, this deck, we call it Too Tempting.
Too tempting.
It's too tempting to annoy people and to kill their stuff and that sort of thing. So there is a lot of disruption in this deck. There's a lot of death touch in this deck. There's just a lot of sacrificing creatures, them and us, and that kind of thing.
I have to say, I must appreciate the fact that you name your decks. Because there's so many decks out there that are just like red deck wins or Orzhov control.
Mono, black, boring.
Exactly. So Too Tempting is a wonderful name. I encourage you guys to name your decks.
And it actually, there was at the very first iteration of this deck, it had Tempting Fruit in it because I really like that card. So that's kind of where that came from. But now Too Tempting Fruit isn't in there anymore.
That's fun.
Yeah.
What's in the deck?
This deck, so I have to give kudos to my husband because he's been helping me work on this deck because he likes it too.
That's why you always beat me. You have 2 heads.
I have 2 heads.
And your son.
So, first of all, we do have a lot of creatures in this deck. It's fairly aggressive. So the first iteration that you're going to see in the video is I have 4 copies of Foulmire Knight, 4 of Knight of Ebon Legion, which everybody knows about that one. 4 Vampire of the Dire Moon, a little underutilized card in my opinion.
So for those that are maybe listening and don't see the card on the screen, I know we're not going to talk about every card and what it does, but maybe just talk about why you put that one in there. Is it for removal? Is it for aggro? Is it for what?
It's number 1, it's really aggro, but number 2, it tells them to back off. It keeps them at bay, especially those red deck wins and stuff like that. And then it's a good sacrificial lamb, and it's easy to bring back for cheap. So it's just I play it over and over and over again and really annoy people with it. So it's one of those annoying creatures that I like to have in there.
And back to Foulmire Knight, that's one with an adventure, isn't it?
Yes, it is. It's one that you can either, well, if you play the sorcery part, it's pay 2 life, draw a card, which is nice to have,
so
or it's you pay only 1 and it's a death touch right away. So
do you typically play it? Well, I guess we might see also. We'll see how you play that typically.
And then Order of Midnight, again, to keep that stuff coming back from the library, or sorry, the graveyard. It's a little flyer as well, so that helps. It can't block, but that's okay. We're being aggressive. And Orzhov Enforcer, which is for 1 and a black. It is another little death toucher that makes a creature when it dies. So it's that whole sacrificing. And Murderous Rider, there's 4 copies of that, of course. And we love Ayara First of Lochwain. She is the key piece in this. So she's 3 black, so this is perfect deck for her. And she is, whenever a black creature comes in, they lose a life and you gain a life.
So that's adamant, right?
Yes. Yeah, it's crazy awesome. And then we have Davril, Rogue Shadow Mage. He's in there to make them discard cards. And we have Rankle, Master of Pranks.
You're playing with Rankle. I love Rankle. He's so cool. But I haven't put him in any decks yet because I've been a little scared about the fact that it's each player. So do you find that he hinders you more than...
Nope.
No? Okay. I've been scared, so I can't wait to see.
Well, part of it is because I have graveyard return stuff from graveyard, but most of the time he doesn't come out until I've emptied my hand, so it's good. Revenge of Ravens. You don't have to also. You don't have to do anything. You can just swing with him. No?
Yeah, that's... Oh.
You don't have to do anything.
It says May? Okay.
It's May. Revenge of Ravens. Again, a card that people don't use because it costs 4. We have killed people many, many times because of Revenge of Ravens. You'll see why. Bacon to a Pie. It has It's a 2 and 2 black. It's a destroy target creature and make a food. This one is a flexible card. It's not in the current iteration of this deck. And Sir Conrad the Grim, he is very sad and very lonely, and when things die, he just does destruction as things are dying, as things are leaving the graveyard, which I do a lot of in this deck, both going into the graveyard and coming out. He pings people. Nixilis, the Hate Twisted, he's just really hateful. And Castle Lochwain is in this version of it because it's card draw and black means card draw.
You have 23 mana in this?
23 mana, that's all. Like I said, it's very, very aggressive. Lots of creatures, so we have 29 creatures in there. And we have the 2 planeswalkers and just the 1 baked into a pie spell.
Which you said isn't in your current one.
So in the current one.
Did you replace it with another spell? What did you replace it with?
Creatures.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. And we have just the Revenge of the Ravens enchantment. So yeah, it's pretty aggressive. The mana curve is really heavy on the front. Lots of 1s and 2s.
So you have 12 at 1, 7 at 2, 7 at 3, 8 at 4, which is still pretty high, but based on your other stuff.
Yeah.
And then 3 at 5.
That's one of the reasons why the baked into the pie came out, because that made 4 costs lower. As far as win rates go, it does the best against the Grixis. No, sorry, the Golos decks, because they're dead before they get a chance to do their thing. So it's kind of fun. The other one, Red Deck Wins, tends to not win against me because I have lots of
what do you tend to not do so well against?
I don't do well against mirror, like mono black decks, and
so the same one. Well,
yeah.
It looks like you're 50-50 there.
Yeah, I suppose.
So that's you. They're the same type of deck. That makes sense. There's a couple there that it looks like you haven't won any against, maybe because
like
you've
Grixis
only.
And other really. The other, like the red and green, what is that called? Gruul decks is pretty hard to keep up to because it has so many creatures and it has the questing beast. And my creatures tend not to be big enough. And my little guys that have death touch can't block him. So that's a problem too. Yeah. So, want to see some gameplay?
Yeah, let's see how this deck plays. So before we do that though, tell us a little bit about like what it. We've seen the cards, we've seen what's in it. What's it supposed to do? What is your goal?
Its goal is to not swing very much. Its goal is to just control them, keep their creatures at bay so that they're not hurting me, and then just drain their life from them, from creatures dying, like a Yara and Revenge of the Ravens. Yeah, just
because there are a lot of creatures in here, so if someone just pulled this deck offline because it was winning, there would be that temptation. In my temptation would be creatures. Well, what are creatures for except just to swing? So it's good to know kind of what it's supposed to do and
they're mostly for sacrificing and a little bit of life gains once the what's the midnight? No, what is it? What is the
Midnight Raven?
Murderous
Rider.
Once he gets out, he's only there for life gain. I let him die quite often.
Yeah.
So
because you just used him for his removal.
Yeah, he just goes back into the deck. So I draw lots of cards, too. So yeah, it's just I don't swing very much at all.
Okay.
I block a lot.
Awesome. Okay, so let's take a look at this and see how the gameplay goes.
Okay. So we've changed this deck quite a bit. In more recent iterations, but I'll talk about that at the end.
Yeah, don't tell me if it's a win or a loss. We'll see. Oh, you did it on the streaming thing, so.
Yeah. You can clip it, I think. Maybe? Possibly. That's the only thing I have to record video, so.
You can take that stuff off.
Oh, okay.
It's okay. I'll stretch it. It probably will be fine.
So I tried to pick games that weren't too long. So 8 minutes kind of thing. I tried not to swear too much as well.
family show. That's
So
okay.
there's our opening hand. This
All
is
right.
a perfect opening
Yeah,
hand.
that
pretty
looks
much.
like great. Three,
Very
lots of
much.
low mana cost stuff.
I
And
kept that for
she's
sure.
trying to move the mouse.
I'm trying to keep the hand.
Yeah.
This is so hard to watch.
It is
play.
funny because you're.
And
Like,
he
I
had the
know I
mulligan,
clicked that.
so I'm gonna be set for this game. Oh, and I got my castle, so I got my card draw
Oh, yeah.
right away.
Right away. Okay, so
Play
you
Knight of Ebon Legion
Knight of
right
Ebon
away.
Legion right away.
Often I put him out there so that they use up their removal right away.
Yeah, I'm not too upset if they get rid of him because you expect them to get rid of him,
Mm-hmm.
and if they don't get rid of him, then that's their fault.
I like to play with my little puppy over there.
I
He's
do
a
too.
fox, but
Yeah, he likes it when you scratch him under the
Yeah.
neck.
Yeah.
Switch mine back to my kitty cat, but
See, and I even have
forgot to
Revenge
put
of
her wings
Ravens.
on.
Like, look at I have all the mana I need.
Oh,
This is awesome. This is gonna be a good
you're
game.
good to go.
Yeah. Touch. I'm checking out the land. Oh, he's got all the mana he needs too. I'm a little
Mhm.
concerned. What's he got going on?
Uh-huh.
Oh shit! Oh darn! Cry the Kermit.
You tried not
That's what I
to swear
usually
while you were doing
That's
it. Oh,
what
you
I
had
usually say.
you were talking while you did this.
No,
Oh, you didn't record
I
your
just
voice.
no.
Okay.
I deliberately left my microphone off.
Okay. I was gonna say because they'll hear you twice.
Yeah.
So those that are this isn't live. We're not.
So he
we're
just
not.
played Fires of Invention, and I'm like, oh man, I hate that card. So this is some crazy shenanigans. I'm gonna try my Falmar Knight. So I drew
Yep.
a card for him. I'm not sure what to do. Do I put another creature out there to die, or
Oh,
do I
you
just
went for the Revenge of
Yes,
Ravens.
I thought, you know what? He's just gonna remove stuff for now. I'm just gonna get things set up.
But then
be
he's
ready.
just gonna draw more removal into his hand. That's the
Yeah.
Oh, Narset.
Narset, here she comes.
Oh wait, is this a bolus deck? This is my guess. My guess is the meta says that this is a bolus
It's
deck.
a bolus deck. You may be correct.
Yeah, based on the colors and the fact that oh my gosh,
He had 2 Fires of Invention.
it's okay. You got
Therein
this. You
lays
got
our problem,
this.
'cause I have everything I need. I have everything I need.
You're
Which is, I'm just like, yes.
you're giving it away whether you win or not.
I'm kind of implying what I don't. aren't
You're
I?
implying.
Oh, so angry.
Well, let's see what happens. So,
Yeah.
and then that's good though, because in my mind, every loss teaches you something.
Mhm.
So this was one that you didn't do so good
And I
against.
put a Yara
right?
out on purpose because he knew he had that removal.
Yeah.
So I thought, oh, he'll remove her
Yeah,
right away, and I'll just bring it back with Order of Midnight.
Mhm.
Was my plan.
That was your plan.
That was my plan.
He counterspelled it. Didn't he?
And there's Mickey B. I'm like,
Oh.
damn it! Things are getting a little bit rocky.
Mm-hmm.
He had the perfect
Get rid of.
mana. It's Tie.
Yeah.
Tie isn't doing me any good
See,
against
but
this.
it gave you something to discard that wasn't what you wanted to discard. Sometimes you need stuff in your hand that's like that too. And you had a
Should have
murderous
a
rider,
job.
so that's okay.
Do I
Yeah,
bring a Yara back now? I think
you
I
should.
do. Yes. What am I doing? Do it, Shawna. Come on. Go get it.
Oh, good, good, good.
Or did I go for Rankle?
I was gonna say, or are you gonna?
I went
go
for
get-
Rankle. I should have went with the Yara. That would have drained more life, but anyway.
Okay, so you think maybe that
And
had something
I pulled
to
up
do with
Fire's
this? is-
Invention to show you what the ridiculousness of it.
Yeah.
You can cast spells only during your turn. You can cast no more than 2 spells each turn, which means he can do 4 because of he has 2.
Yeah.
Which is absolutely ridiculous. Or can he do only 2? Like, what is the
No,
good?
I think they stack, or
Do
they don't.
4?
No, I don't think they. I think they don't allow each other. It says you can cast. It doesn't matter if another thing lets you cast more. So he should be able to just cast.
And I think what I was thinking was trying to get cards out of his hand.
Can even go for more set.
No, never. I never go for her. Discards a card because I don't have any cards in hand anymore, right? I'm trying to get
Him to the
off
same
of his
state.
game. Yeah. You have to get rid of Chandra. And bring back some stuff.
Wow, he has a lot of planeswalkers in that deck.
Yeah. Super friends, I
Yeah.
hate you.
Mm-hmm. So were you playing in the tier, or were you just playing in regular
just
play?
playing.
So that's one thing that bothers me is when people play decks like this in the regular tier,
Mhm.
because a lot of times I go in there just to see how my deck will do, or to test something out or to try something fun. And this guy clearly knows how to play his deck, so he doesn't need to be in the regular play tier. He should be in the ranked tier with this deck. If you want to play decks like
And
this.
I'm like, come on, I need another removal. Because now his thing is 8/8. And this guy. Death Touchers, lifelink. Holding on.
Yeah.
I have some card draw still.
It's going to exile it, isn't he? Oh no, he's only at 1. Oh.
What did I decide to do? I can't remember what I decided to do. I think I
A
got rid of
land?
land. Yeah. Yeah, I really don't like the bulls very much.
Well, that's why everyone tried to kill him.
Yeah. Still not able to get cards every time.
Oh, Murderous Rider, you.
Yeah, he
Gave
did
you
it
a
to
taste,
me.
a little bit taste of your own medicine, although.
And he got life gain. And I'm like, crap. There's another Revenge of Ravens,
but that doesn't
which
really help you right now. But
No.
you might as well play it. Or are you going to keep it in your hand to try and trick him?
I'm going to draw a card, I think. Yeah. Maybe not. Maybe I thought it was too risky.
Wonder what your next card is that you would have gotten. Let's wait and see. It's so exciting. What would you have gotten had you
I'm
drawn
gonna
a
gain
card
some life.
instead?
I have to discard. Or, sorry, exile permanent again. 5 mana, I'm still okay.
Good for you for
mana-wise.
sticking with this. I would have quit by now.
Another frickin' Murderous Rider, right? Like that. Like he's getting everything he needs and I'm
he
not.
swings in.
Good game. Boom. I gained a couple life, but he's killing me for 10.
Well, that should leave you with 2 then.
I'm still alive. One more round. Yeah. 3. I'm looking for 3.
The Criterion. Yeah,
And I got a land. I drew a land. And I forgot about Narset. I can't draw cards.
See, you should have swung at Narset.
Yep. I never swing at her.
But you
But
should.
yeah, I should. Because, yeah, she caused me a problem there. Yeah. Good game. Good game. I'm dead.
So how do you think that was game choices that lost you that, or do you think that was stuff that you would want to put in there to change it? Like, have you made changes to this deck based on?
One of the changes I've made is to deal with Planeswalkers better.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Besides the Murderous Rider, because Murderous Rider is the only way I have, and or had with this, to deal with Planeswalkers. So that was really kind of bad. Just gonna grab another video here. And where is it? There we go.
Okay, let's see what this one does this time.
This one's only a 6-minute game. So I haven't been coming up against very many Nicobolas decks. Doesn't pair
Well,
with them very
I
often,
don't
but maybe
either.
people aren't playing it. I don't
Part
know.
of that is, though, in my opinion, because I don't play in the tier, and I think. Oh, another good draw there.
Another good draw. I have the Knight of Ebon Legion.
I think for the most part,
Ayara.
people are playing those things in like the top tier, and so you
Yeah.
don't see them until they get there. Hopefully,
Yeah.
so I don't think that we should have to see them in the regular play.
What are we playing against, do you think?
Oh, Boros aggro.
Getting in his face right away here with my knight.
Yeah, and you'll have 3 mana next turn, so
There's another red and white mana.
yeah, and are you gonna not swing and just keep yourself with your land so that when he puts his haste thing out that you can maybe nope.
Yeah. So he's aggro, so or I think he's aggro. And yeah, so I'm getting
and
as
he's
much
only
damage
gonna
in
get
as I
like
can.
3 or 4 off the bat anyways. Oh.
And then I'm like, crap! Oh, it's Kaya.
Okay.
This is not the deck I thought it was.
No.
Crap. But I'm glad that I got more damage in, but
Yeah.
he gained a bunch of life. So now I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna eat you up.
Yeah.
Discard cards, dude.
So what do you discard? Land. Yeah, good choice.
Yeah. And I do have in my hand, I do have an Order of midnight. So
That's that would be the second.
Turn
Okay.
something.
Yeah.
And here's another stupid Fires of Invention. I hate that card.
And he conclaves you.
He conclaves me. I'm like, oh no,
That's
here
a
we
great
go
card.
again.
I like the Conclave Tribunal card.
So now I got lots of mana.
Mm-hmm.
And here comes Ayara.
Yes.
Hopefully he's used up all his removal now. I hope.
Go.
Do I want to bring him back? Yes,
yeah,
yes,
you
I
do.
I'm
Back in
bringing
your hand
back my
as soon as
knight.
possible. Get your
Yes.
Order of Midnight in the queue to cast.
Exactly.
Get
So
it
the
on
more
that
things
quest
I
as soon
play-
as possible.
Yeah. The
Oh,
more things I
nice.
play with the Yara out, the better. Because for every time you play a black creature,
Yeah.
she does the damage. I'm swinging with her, which I don't usually do, because I don't have any other creatures out, so he's making me block her
Okay.
with
Yes.
this castle. I forgot about that, so good.
Yeah, but-
Thankfully it wasn't too big.
Seems like a
Then I'm
waste of
gonna
his
do a bunch
mana.
of stuff. I'm gonna draw a card. Card draw is always good. And then I put in the Death Toucher.
And then the Knight of
And
Ebony.
then I put in the Knight.
Mm.
So then I deal a whole bunch
Good
of
mana
damage to
use
him
there.
after. So in my second main phase, I do quite a bit of
Mhm.
stuff with this deck. 'Cause again, I like to see what they're doing first.
Yeah.
And there's Kaiser.
Of course.
but
Cry.
guess what I have in my hand, buddy?
Mhm.
I have an Order of the Phoenix. And here is
Order of
Chandra. Order of Midnight. Sorry, Order of the Phoenix. Harry Potter. Oh my god.
It was a big Harry Potter day in our town yesterday, and so we still got Harry
That's
Potter on the
funny.
brain.
Yeah, exactly. So
Harry
he's given me
Potter
the
on
Chandra
brain.
emblem. So I've got a
Get rid of that Chandra.
Yep.
You got a time constraint now.
I'm in
You
trouble
have
now.
more.
I'm losing one life every
You have
game.
more than him though, and you have a Murderous Rider that can gain you life.
Yeah.
So
And he's making more tokens.
mhm.
So I'm not sure what you would call
Prison
this
realm.
deck. Yeah.
It's a
Exactly.
lot of little removal things.
I keep checking out his graveyard just to see if I can figure out what the heck the deck is. He's gonna hit me with his little soldier.
Uh oh.
Now I'm down. And hit me with Chandra's emblem. And more mana. Come on, man. What do I bring back, do you think?
Yara, yeah.
She's the most important. So what I like to do is I keep bringing back Order of Midnight too. I do that.
Yeah,
Over and
because
over
then you
again,
can
too.
just keep bringing.
But- And then I play that Death Toucher. Back off, buddy. And
Yeah.
deal the damage. And life.
Well, it's the nice thing is you're gaining life while he's losing life,
Mhm.
so it
Yeah.
doesn't matter that you have this little emblem because look, you're still at 19.
Yeah.
So interesting
Another
though,
Conclave Tribunal.
his deck. I'm not quite sure where he's going with this. There's a lot of removal, of course.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of control-y type things. He had Kaya's Wrath.
Mm-hmm.
So like, he had Chandra.
He doesn't have any card draw. And now look what I got. I got the
Yeah.
Sir Conrad. Now I'm going to punish him even more.
I'm just trying to figure out what he's going for.
Yeah. So I had another deck, a couple of them today, because I was playing in the tier today. And
Mhm.
so what I did is I put a little bit of green mana in. So green and black, which is Temple
that
of
just to mess with them?
Malady. Because in my sideboard, I added enchantment removal.
Mm.
Just the statue, date and statue, or
Mhm.
whatever that one is.
I always play one you want, like just one off
Yeah.
the sideboard. On Arena, anyway.
Well, I just thought, I've only done it today because I wanted to now start tweaking this sideboard idea for this deck, and he's gone. Sorry, you missed
Well,
that, folks.
I
but-
think that whatever his deck was trying to do wasn't working for him because I'm not quite sure what he was going for there, but it looked interesting what he was trying to build up.
Control-y
I
kind
think
of
he
a-
got all his control stuff and none of his creature stuff. So maybe some dragons, maybe some flyers.
Yeah,
Be interesting to see.
what he was doing.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so here's another one. This one is a little bit longer of a game. I find the games on Arena right now go slower.
A little bit longer, aren't they?
Which
I always
is
think,
okay.
oh, I got lots of time to get one more game in before work, and then I'm like, oh crap, I'm gonna
gotta
be late.
shower.
Now I gotta. No, I'm always showered
You're
before I
always
start.
I'm not.
I shower first thing, and then I can just play. Well, yeah.
My hubby still brings me my coffee because he knows I gotta get my games in. So, but he's been getting up before me, and he's been playing as well. So here's another.
Oh, I don't know if I would
hand.
keep. You probably mulled again because you always mull again.
I
stuff like
didn't.
this.
I didn't. I kept this. And I didn't keep it.
Right.
I mulliganed. Okay, so I did mulligan. And then I still got.
I would have
much,
kept that
yeah.
one.
I should have kept the first hand, folks.
Really?
Yeah. Yep.
Stop giving away what happens.
Sorry. So he's got the skeleton out. And I just have my little lifelink death touch dude.
Mm.
And I'm like, oh, black and green. Okay.
He doesn't care if Go to the Bones dies, but he might not want it to die right away.
Uh-huh.
I guess it kills your death toucher.
Yeah.
We can just bring it back.
Yeah.
This is one that, so this is mono black that he's playing as well. Different iteration. He's using Gutter the Bones.
He has green too.
He's got, oh yeah, see that.
He has access to green, which I'm a little bit worried about.
Interesting.
Yeah. So yeah, we have, it's very similar to my deck.
Yeah.
So there's the problem. Now I gotta use Order of Midnight. I hummed and hawed about it.
I would have said yes.
I probably should have.
Yeah.
I like to keep it for something more important than the vampire.
But you had nothing else to do there, and
And then he gets the vindictive vampire
Yeah.
out, and I'm like, oh no! Not good. Okay.
oh, you can
We're
murder us right, right?
We're gonna be fine. Achoo!
Mhm.
Because she doesn't trigger. Only other ones. Yeah, and then I just wait.
Okay.
Come on, Conrad. I need Conrad out. Or Yara. They're too similar.
So this deck
sorts
is,
of things.
those are kind of your two
and Ranko.
that you want to definitely
Yeah.
pull early and make sure that you have them.
Yeah, so it's kind of funny because if I do end up hanging on to the Knight of Ebon Legion, then he becomes a win condition too.
Mhm.
So people need to deal with him. If they don't, then
Yeah.
that's not good for them.
Which is good because he draws that removal, because people don't really think of Rankle because I mean, I haven't really seen many people thinking of looking at or playing with Rankle, so some of it is not knowing what he can do, whereas everyone's playing with Knight of Ebon Legion, so you know what he does and you have to get rid of him, right? So.
And
You know.
not everyone's playing with Conrad either.
Yeah.
So I don't think people realize how much damage he does when stuff dies. I've had people triple block him or quadruple block him to get rid of him because he's a 4/5, I think. And it's like, you don't want your stuff to die when he's out, because even when he dies, he's still going to have 4 triggers.
Yeah.
If you block with 4 creatures. So this is a case of I'm not able to keep up to how many creatures he's putting out. So he's doing the same thing to me that I do to other people. I just constantly let stuff die, and then he brings out Sir Conrad.
But he put the Molder Vine out, so.
Yes. So that's even worse for me. But then I get Ob Nixilis and I think, oh, okay, I just need 1 more mana. Because Ob Nixilis will help me.
Get rid of Sir Conrad. You're okay. You're not too far behind yet. You've missed a couple land drops, though. So you don't have access to as many things that you can play. So that's kind of hard.
I have 6 cards that I can play. And then the stupid cat comes out, which is more fuel for the fire.
So let's talk about...
And then Witch's Oven comes out.
Yeah. So let's talk about, when do you know typically that you've lost or that you... I mean, you never know really if you've lost or if you've won the game. A lot of times I thought, yeah, I got this, and then they come back from the brink of almost extinction and kick my butt, and vice versa. But typically, you can usually tell. So what's that point for you when you know that it's like, and what do you do in that case?
Well, I tend to stick it out especially when I have lots of options and I'm just waiting for mana, I tend to stick it out because, like in this case, there is a lot of options I have if I could just get enough mana to do it. And I have lifelink as well with this too, so that I thought, I'm gonna hang on and see, but he just completely overruns me.
Spoilers.
I know, right?
She doesn't get the whole surprise thing.
No.
Oh yes, and
Yeah, and then
green with green in
so
there. He's got.
Now
green.
I'm like, yeah, for sure I've lost now because there is no way I can keep up with all of
But
this.
you were filming for this, so
I
you
was
thought
filming,
you'd
so I
go
played
all the
the
way to
whole
the
thing.
end. But typically, would you
I would
concede at this point?
Concede now.
So is what you do online different than what you do in person?
I used to play longer in person, but now I don't because of arena.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I give up sooner now because of arena.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think that's necessarily a good thing
I was
because
going to say, do you think that's good?
a lot of my decks, because of lifelink and stuff, I can get down. I've won a lot of games at a low life and come back to 20, 25.
Yeah.
So
I think you and I stay longer than the typical person, but I have noticed since Arena came out that people tend to quit in person a lot sooner than they used to.
Mm-hmm.
And I do think that's because of Arena. I think a lot of times in Arena you think you've lost a lot sooner, or you know you've lost a lot sooner, and it's easier rather than wasting your time to just quit, move on to the next person. But I find that, I guess my personal opinion is, when you're face to face with someone, if someone is, you're having a social interaction with that person, and they're just as excited to play their deck as you are to play your deck.
Yeah.
And so to take that away from them, that win, I mean, if you know you've lost and there's nothing you can do, there's nothing wrong with saying, you know what, you have me, there's nothing I can do with this. I'm going to put out my hand and I'm going to say, good game, and let's move on to the next one. I'd love to play you again. That's different than just concede and then just moving on to the next person. So I think how you decide to concede in person should be thought out. And I think that since Arena started, it's gotten less courteous.
Yeah, even I find myself, I'm less courteous. I am a lot shorter with people.
Yeah.
And I do blame how I play on Arena because I am very short with people on Arena. They just don't hear me say it. So, and I
have to watch myself.
Ashamed of myself when I play Arena some days, especially if I'm in a bad mood. I'm just really
well, and it's really easy to get
never
salty because you're like, oh, you're just doing that, and then because you've played a lot of the decks that people are playing in person, online, you know what they're going to do right off the bat, which is a good thing to know the meta, but you have to kind of remember not to let that salt get into that because
I still have it.
Yeah,
because I got Obnixilis.
Well, there you go. You might be good. Look what just is happening here. This is crazy.
I've drained his life quite a bit, just making him draw cards, but he's still got more creatures.
Look at all those cards he has to use.
I know. Exactly.
And bye-bye.
Bye, Conrad. And Conrad was the one who was giving me the life. So, yeah. I didn't get a Yara, and he got 2 Moldervines now, and my little... And he's 2 witches ovens, 2 cats.
Because he had a lot.
All these sacrifice triggers. I kept hoping he'd run out of cards, but it didn't happen.
Well, and that's a great combo too. The witch's oven with the cat.
It's really fun.
That's been used against me quite often, where they just keep, fine, you're not going to kill my cat. I'll just keep killing my own cat and bringing it back and putting it back out. So another witch's oven.
Do you think he has enough sacrificial stuff here now?
Wow.
Yeah. That's why he needed to get rid of my Sir Conrad, because all that stuff would have penalized him.
Yeah.
For sure. And now he's sending everything at Nicholas.
Yeah.
Like, damn, stop hurting me for drawing cards. Because he's drawing cards too.
Yeah.
So all those things that I had, so for sure I should have conceded now because...
Well, you have an order for midnight. Can you bring back a planeswalker or just a creature?
A creature.
So maybe find, if you're throwing green in there anyway. Find or Golgari Find Broker brings back planeswalkers.
Yeah. Yeah. I actually decreased the number of planeswalkers now in it. I take out what's his name? I gotta make some discard. What is his name? Ah,
Deborah.
Devril. I took him out.
He hasn't shown up in any of these games yet.
No, he wasn't showing up, and mind you, I only have one copy of him. I've gone back between 1 and 3 of copies of him, but I found them losing cards wasn't affecting them very much, so sadly.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have to discard a card.
Mm-hmm.
I'm desperate. I'm trying to get cards out of his hand.
But you gave him so many.
I know.
Like, he's got such a good card advantage right now.
Sometimes that's Obnixless is not good.
Yeah.
Is it Obnixless? No.
Yeah.
Is that who it is? Good game.
Did you concede or did you play it out? Oh, another
All
way
he has to do is just sacrifice, and I lose that life.
Yeah.
He has to sacrifice all 4 of those creatures. And
he's got 4 witches ovens, so.
And I'm dead. He doesn't even need to swing at me. I can't block the flyer that he has. Pshoo! Yeah, just does the cats.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I die.
Well, that's the smart thing, right? Like, he could have done the other creatures, but the cats he can bring back and they make you lose life.
Is going back up again. Yeah. Cats in the ovens. It's a good little combo. I have played with that idea in there too, but it's either have to go with the cat deck or this deck. So.
Looks like you're
Finish me off, buddy. There we go. And I'm dead.
Excellent. Well, those are some good games. Those are some interesting. So let's, before we end, why don't we talk about, you talked a little bit about how you tweaked it already since you did the filming for those, but what kind of did you observe from losing that made you kind of want what?
So definitely, I thought with the whole using Ayara as a key piece, I only had, I think, 2 of her in there, so now there's 3 in there, and I have more sacrificial lambs, so I put the Lazotep Reaver in, who makes 2 creatures, and he's great to bring back. I also put in Plague Crafter on the sideboard, because I talked about that I was going to add Plague Crafter anyways, and the number of planeswalkers and stuff people are playing between Garruk and then all the Chandra decks and all the
now hopefully
Super
they don't have
Friends.
other, like, Plague Crafter with Garruk can go very poorly the wrong way because it allows them to sacrifice a wolf as well, right? So
yeah, you got to be careful with that. So I did that, and then again, because the whole, I wasn't doing the sacrifice thing enough, because that is the reason why Ayara is in there. So I put in the Dread Horde. What's the one that makes the?
Why don't you put the Ayara would go well with the cats, you play them and you sacrifice them.
But you have to have food to bring them back.
Oh, okay.
And so I didn't really want to put the oven in there, because then I wouldn't have as many creatures.
I didn't realize that you
have to have the oven. You have to have food.
Well, that's what I
was
going to say, is the witch's oven.
Yeah.
But
that's 2 mana that I can use for creatures that can die. And creatures dying is better with the Ayara. So that's why I put the Dread Horde Invasion, that card, that enchantment, in. Because I don't care how many times those zombies die. Yes, it's hurting me, but with Ayara, I'm sacrificing those zombies and I'm gaining their life back. So it's a moot point. Yeah. So I added that, and it has completely changed this deck. I have a lot more sacrificial lambs in there, which has made them die faster. So that whole aggressive thing is better.
Excellent.
Yeah. And then like I said, I was adding the green because of that whole enchantment.
There's a lot of enchantments out there right now.
Enchantments. So
a lot of good enchantments out there in all colors and everything.
Black has no enchantment removal.
Yeah.
So.
Excellent. Well, that is some fun black deck building. Again, the reason we do this is so that you guys can see I guess, the process of analyzing your own decks and trying to make them better. It's not necessarily to say this is the best deck that you should build and you should play it. It does good. What's its win percentage at right now?
It's at 60. I think
That's a great win percentage, actually.
Yeah.
It's a really good win percentage. Yeah. So, I mean, it does well. You are going to lose sometimes, though. So that's how you take
in the tier. It's
lessons.
A lot less.
Yeah,
for sure. In the tier, it's a lot less.
Interesting.
Because I've been testing the sideboard, so I'm doing it in the tier.
Cool.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's only like.
Well,
55.
the next time we talk to you, I have a deck that I built around Lyndon that I'd love to show you guys.
I love her.
So yeah, hopefully we can tweak it and make it better over the next little while. But it's going to be fun to talk about. So I guess over the next week, and in the meantime, tap those magic cards and have fun doing it. See you later, guys.